There's been people that have gone back out just one time, just once, and they've overdosed and died.
It's not a joke to me now because I've seen so many of my friends die in that madness, and they still dying every day.
I didn't like who I was. I did hate myself. I wanted to die.
My first husband and I were getting a divorce, and I started drinking. Even when I was trying to say, no, I have this under control, I knew from watching my own father that I didn't.
All you're thinking about is that next drug, that next high. I went from drinking to IV meth use. I lied a lot. I lied to people that I cared about the most. You don't realize how much it's taking from you until, you're full-blown addicted.
In and out of jail, in and out of prison. Couldn't go home due to my active drug, alcohol and drug addiction. I got to the point of high, so high, when I got in the car and took off and drove, I blacked out at the wheel and ran into the back of the drug dealer's car. He beat me down, beat me half to death.
Life had become unmanageable. It was horrible. It was a nightmare because I couldn't tell anybody. I made a phone call to OR. I talked to the counselor and I said, I have to do this today. It was a Monday. I can still feel how I felt. I knew that if I didn't get it then, I wouldn't ever come back to get it.
I was too ashamed to go to my family, even though they knew what was going on, but I didn't know how to talk to them. I had to set my pride and my ego aside, and I had to reach out for help. One of the hardest things that, I had done as far as going from using to recovery.
When I started concentrating on the problem and dealing with me and the help that I needed and how I would accept that help, that's when everything started unfolding in my life. This wasn't easy for me, but it was the most rewarding thing that I ever did before in my life.
Being in recovery isn't about just not using and not drinking. It's about changing how you act, how you react, how you look at things, how you think, retraining your brain. For the therapists, I thank you from the bottom of my heart because just opening my mind to so many other things.
They blessed me with the tools and the help that I needed in order to take care of that problem.
I'd been retired 2 years when I started working for OR, Reach for Recovery Now. When I took the job, I thought, how am I going to identify with some of these younger women that come into the program? When you are an addict, other addicts identify with you if they can feel your truthfulness. And that's what I try to be.
That's what recovery is, reaching out to another recovering alcoholic and addict and giving them your hand and say, come on with me. I know a better way of thinking, acting, and living, and I'm gonna show you that way.
It was a difficult concept for me to grasp for the longest time that, I'm not alone in this. Things are gonna be okay.
I want recovery for everyone I meet that needs it. I look at the women and the men coming in today and I think, please know that this can save your life.
Reaching for help was the most difficult decision I think I've ever made, but one of the best I've ever made. Probably one of the most rewarding things, is I have my kids and I get to spend that time with them, and you can just see it in their eyes and you can feel it in their nature and how they talk, that they beam with pride on the inside as to where we were and where we are now.
When you enjoy the happiness of being clean and sober, waking up every morning, getting on your knees and asking God for another day of sobriety, this program gave me my life back. I'm not hiding behind alcohol and drugs anymore. You seeing the real Willie, not a facade. We're reaching out for recovery.
My thoughts today are, I do love myself. I am kind, I am loving, I am a hard worker, I am capable. I'm committed to staying in recovery because I want to live today. I don't want to die.
I would have died that year if I hadn't gotten sober. And here I am, 25 years later, living a good, full, rich life. That's all I've got.